It's the blue room. Nah. Yeah, it's the blue room. That's what it is. What's going on, guys? I'm Fabio. Today we have Jean Elie in the room, in the blue room. So thank you for coming out, man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. For those who don't know or are not familiar with him, he's an actor, director, producer, and he started his national television debut in season 3 of An American Crime on ABC, which is crazy. ABC is like so popular. Like, it's like one of the most like long TV shows in America, which is crazy. Yeah. So for you to be there, man, that's impressive. That's crazy. Also, he was in Insecure, which is HBO series that was, I believe, was nominated.
Yeah, nominated for several awards.
Yeah, for several awards. Crazy. HBO, another one. Crazy. And something else I'm pretty sure I watched it. Alvin and the Chipmunks on Nick Jr. I used to watch that. And this man right here, he was on it. He was Big Large, right?
Biggie Large.
Yeah. And he was, oh my God. Whew. And he was on Adult Swim, the Eric Andre show.
Yeah.
My man. Crazy.
That's good. Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming out.
Nah, thanks for having me, bro.
No problem, man. Soon my cousin called me. He told me you was in town. I was like, yo, hook that up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Yeah. Rui was telling me that. Rui's like a bully, though. Rui was like, yo, my cousin doing this thing. I need you to be on this show, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know. I'll let you know if I'm still around. He's like, okay, so we Hollywood now. So now with the call, you can't do certain things. I'm like, yo, bro, like, I'll let you know. Like, I see my family. I gotta go to New York. I gotta do all that stuff. So like, if I didn't know, I figured I was flexing to Miami. So I'm like, all right, let me do this now, because by the time I get back, I'm gonna be going to New York and stuff like that for a week. Word. So I was like, yo, call your cousin up. Let's do this thing right now.
Word. Yeah, appreciate that, man. That was really dope. I was mad excited, but nervous, bro. I ain't in front.
Don't trip.
That was, you know what I'm saying, because I'm also learning how to do this. I'm saying, so
yeah,
step by step, you know.
Yeah, man, and that's the first thing, bro. Like I didn't know what I was doing when I got into it. You feel me? I didn't know shit, bro. I'm a Haitian immigrant, first generation. Like, nobody I know is in the industry. So I just like took a shot, fell on my face a couple times, and got super lucky a lot of times. But yeah, bro, like, you gotta start. Like, you literally can't do anything unless you start, bro.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So just to let the people know, let them know where you're from. We know, but let them know where you're from and how you kind of, what took you to that step into becoming.
Oh, you kind of said it, man. Like you said, I'm from Brockton. That's exactly where I'm from. Born in Boston, raised in Brockton, on the east side. Went to all my schools out here, Downey, East Junior High, and Broughton High. And then I left and went to Johnson Wales University in Rhode Island.
We do know from you went to Johnson Wales, you got a degree in business?
Yeah, I got a degree in business. Not the career I'm in, but not business management. But I'm not in a business management career. However, the degree does help with like me conducting business and like me running and operating my own business. Because it's actually, you know what? It's actually the degree is working because I operate as a business. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. I was gonna ask you if that actually helped you. In this actual industry.
It actually did.
It's totally like left field.
It actually did. It's like, business is usually like left brain, you know, and I'm using a lot of my right brain. But I use a lot of like mixture of both, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, I like it a lot, bro.
Good looks, man.
Yeah. So, what's up? What's going on? What's the next question?
Let me see what we got.
Alright.
Because we really don't know how you started, how you came about. Like, when I saw you, it's kind of like how everywhere else saw you. You were just somebody that just popped out of nowhere type thing. Because we really didn't know.
Nigga, it's been 8 years in the making.
That's dope, bro. Because people didn't know.
Yeah,
because I personally didn't know.
Yeah, it's been 8 years in the making, man. I started at 22, bro. So
what was your first move? Straight to LA or?
I moved to LA. Like, I started out here. So what happened was, like, I was driving. I just finished work. I was driving on the highway, and I heard this thing called Pro Scout. It's some scam that people were going on over the radio, right? Where they're like, oh, come to this thing. You can see producers, directors, blah blah blah. And I was like, I went to it like an idiot. And it's not really an idiot. Actually, if I didn't go, like, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So I went to it, and then when I got there, I was like, okay, this is cool. And then they chose me out of like the 200 people that were in there. They chose a couple people. And they chose me. They were like, oh, maybe I look like a sucker that they could get money out of. Yeah. But what's it called? I was like, all right. So that sparked my interest. And then I was like, let me figure out what I'm trying to get myself into. And I started going on Craigslist, started looking up for jobs and stuff like that on Craigslist. And I found acting gig at URI. They were doing like an independent film over at URI, and I was supposed to be background. And like I googled what background means and like how did that work.
Oh, so you didn't even know?
No, I don't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. This was never a career plan for me. Like my plan was graduate college, open up a barbershop in Brockton, hire Angel and a couple other barbers, and then call it a day. That was it. And then run a couple Sprint stores because I was managing a couple Sprint stores. And run some clubs in Rhode Island and New York. That was my plan.
That was my plan.
That was my plan right after college. You know what I'm saying? Open up a barbershop, hire my boy Angel, freaking open up a couple Sprint stores in the mall, run those things, and then run nightclubs during my nights. That was the plan. Everything got sidetracked when I got bit by this acting bug situation. I did the URI short film. They asked me to talk in the film. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah. And then like just improv it. So I improv the whole scene. Improv is like, I'm just coming off top of the head. It's like kind of like freestyling. Yeah. Like I freestyled the whole thing. And they liked it. And like I made up some story about a cat and how I became an alcoholic and this, that, and third. Tears started falling down my eyes and stuff like that. And they were like, yo, after it was done, they cut. They were like, yo, I'm sorry to hear about your cat situation. I was like, nah, I don't like cats, bro. I made up this whole story about a cat. And then I was like, damn, yo, I really thought you did this before. And I was like, well. Then I was like, all right, now let's try to see what's next.
That's crazy.
Did another job in Boston, which was cool. Never seen the light of day. Then I found a job to do a reality pilot in Bahamas. So I did a reality pilot, and I was like, yo, after I did the reality pilot, and that pilot was lit. It was lit, boy. Because growing up, you always want to be on Real World or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So I was doing that, and it was popping. And I was like, yo, I want to do this. And then I told my cousin. My cousin said, no, you're not going to be a reality star, bro. I was like, you're right. And then I ended up calling homie that I knew that lived in L.A. This one dude I knew lived in L.A. His brother was an actor. And he was like, yo, you come live with me. And then I flew out. I quit my job, took whatever money I had in my account left. It was like a G in my account chilling. And I was like, yo, I'm going to move over to L.A.
Word.
Yeah, man. Got off the plane and fucking was homeless right after that.
Talking about following the dream.
Yeah. As soon as I got off the plane, I was homeless because the dude that I was supposed to live with, he said I can't live with him anymore. And he picked me up from the airport, so I was like, fuck, like, what am I going to do? Ended up I ended up crashing at this dude that lives across the way from me, across the pool. And his studio apartment is as big as this room right here. The biggest room right here. And then I stayed there for like 6 months until I booked Project X. Booked the Nike job, and then it was like, going from there.
Talking about following the fucking dream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, boy, like...
See what I'm saying? You gotta follow your dreams, man.
You gotta do it. If it's calling you, do it. Like, if it's calling you, just do it, man. Like, there's no way... First simple fact that, like, God wouldn't do anything in your life if you couldn't really handle it or you couldn't accomplish it, you feel me? He put those ideas in your head, so you really gotta just follow them trends.
I definitely take that into consideration.
Yeah. If you put the idea in your head, man, it's yours. You just gotta stand still and accept it. You know what I'm saying?
So Project X was your kind of like your big break?
Project X was my first big studio job, and it was lit, man. Like, cause I went from, because it was like, it went from, on that job, I went from being background on the job, the same way that happened with the other joint. Went from being background to being a principal actor. And like that's when you like realize a lot of things, because I went from being, yo, don't touch that, don't do this, to like they treat background like shit sometimes. Say, don't do this, and then to, hey, Mr. Eli, how you doing? Do you need any help with anything? Well, I'll drive you to your trailer. Do you know? I'm like, yo, fuck you. You were being a dick to me yesterday, son.
Fucks, yo.
But yeah, man, it was dope experience. And then the next job out, like, really told me, like, I'm never going home was my Nike job. I did a Nike job where they flew me to Vegas. They gave me, like, a hotel suite, everything like that. And I was like...
What kind of Nike job is this?
This is, I was working a Nike job with Deshaun Jackson and everything like that. I was, like, his body double doing the stunt work on the show, on the commercial.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, they flew me out there and everything.
People don't know this.
Flew me out there and everything. And I was like, I'm never going home. Like,
I bet.
Why am I going back to Brockton? There's nothing there for me now. Like, this is it. So, I was just out there. From then on out, I was just getting to work and doing the work.
That is beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
What was your first leading role?
My first leading role was in this short film called A Gentleman Always.
Oh, what's that movie about? Or what was your character about?
My character is Lucius. I'm like a disgruntled youth.
Mm-hmm.
I've been abandoned by like everybody in my life. And then dropped off on the doorstep of my grandfather's doorstep. And my grandfather had to take care of me, and my grandfather didn't even really want me. So, and he was trying to like change himself. He was going through a change himself. And I was trying to keep things the way they are because that's what I was used to.
Yeah.
And he was changing me as well. And I had to change as a person dealing with him. But Joe, go check it out, because I don't want to tell you too much. Go check it out. It's on YouTube right now.
Oh, word.
You should be able to find it on YouTube or Vimeo.
It
was a dope project. It was the first thing I had to lead on, and I knew I had it in the audition room, because I heard all the other kids in the other room, and I was like, yeah, I got this joint. Yeah, it was dope. It was fun. Like the director took a chance on me. Yeah, it was dope. It was cool.
Who'd you make that call to when you first got that role?
I didn't even call nobody.
Yeah.
I kept it to myself. Like once I got the role, I just like did it, and then when I was done, I showed somebody.
Oh, so you wanted to wait a little bit?
Yeah, I showed it to my roommates. They were like, yeah, this is really dope. It's powerful. And then I was like, all right, cool. So we were just waiting for that thing to like pop off. But it never popped off till like last year, the year before. I did that movie like 3 years ago. And then it popped until like last year, the year before. No, 2 years ago.
As long as it pops.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
So you know, what was your first audition though? Like,
my first audition,
like Hollywood audition, like. And did you get it?
My first audition, what the fuck was my first audition? I don't remember what my first audition was. And I don't think I got it either. I don't think I got my first audition. Oh, actually, yeah. I did get it. But they never shot it.
What the hell?
So, it was for this non-union commercial. And it's about flat tires. And they were supposed to shoot a commercial for like Africa. So, I got the audition. And then I pulled up to the spot. And the character's supposed to be African. Mm-hmm. So I pulled up and I only had like the African accent the whole time when I went inside the room. Like some fucking, let me see what happens. So I did a whole African accent. Didn't even know if I did well or not. I just did whatever I heard. And they really thought I was like Nigerian, this, that, and third. And they were like, yo, you got the job. And then the commercial never happened.
Damn, I'd have been tight.
Nah, I was like, I guess, bro. Because I was like, yo, word, I'm about to be fucking sitting in bread. But nah, never happened.
That's crazy. That would have been super tight.
Yeah, man, yo, there's a lot of things to be tight about.
Oh my god.
Bro, this time I went to an audition, I was like 24? 23? I went to an audition for like a Budweiser commercial. I was paying $75,000. I walked in the shit, they said I couldn't do it because I wasn't 25. So you had to be 25 in order if you're going to be selling liquor or hotels and stuff like that. It was whack.
Alright, dude.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly. It was whack as fuck, bro. Whack.
Bitch, I probably drink more than you.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So
I'd have been so what? That's
yeah,
some
man.
whoa. Damn, man. But it's really dope though. All the stuff you're doing is super insane. Cause I know, Bola. I was also reading on your page, just get a little background. Crazy, man. All the things you're doing.
Thank you, bro.
And done, man. That's like anybody. I'm pretty sure there's kids in Brockton that want to be actors, actresses, and all that. So, yo, you're a legend in the city.
Nah, not yet.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm seriously, because who else? Like I'm saying, ain't too many people that are trying to do something.
True.
From out here.
True.
And if they do, they're not bringing it back home. Like
Yeah, the thing is, like, I think, like, a lot of people are doing shit in the city, man. Like, Ruby's doing something. Your cousin's doing something in the city. Yeah, Newbie's doing shit in the city. Like, Newbie's been doing stuff forever. Yeah. Like, forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been doing it forever, man. There's a lot of people doing stuff in the city. It's just that, like, sometimes you just gotta leave to grow, experience new things, and a lot of people are scared to leave.
That is true. That is definitely true.
Like, they're scared to leave. Like, remember home, because home's always gonna be home. Yeah. But sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith on yourself and just leave, because like a lot of people, like, it's too comfortable.
Yeah, it gets super comfortable.
Yeah, it gets comfortable. Super like, you don't want to leave your home because like you don't want to leave and then be disappointed and have to fly back home and this and that. Like, all that it's like once you make the choice, once you decide in your head that this is what you want to do, then just do it. Like, no matter like how hard it gets, no matter how empty your account gets sometimes, like, there's a will, there's a way.
Word.
There's a will, there's a way, man. It's like a Bible verse. I don't know where it's at, but I heard it one time, like, where they talk about the bird. Like, the bird doesn't look for food. It just flies into this thing. It's not there. Doesn't look for food. And then he doesn't look for food, but God will provide for it whenever he needs it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, your dream is the bird. You know what I'm saying? He just doing what he does. He just does what he does, man. And then they'll call whenever you need the bread, whenever you need that, it'll be provided for you. Period.
That's crazy.
Man, son.
Whew. That's deep though. That just made me think, yo. That's deep. For real though. Damn. So when you got Insecure, how was the mood like when you got home?
What do you mean?
What'd you go do? What was the first thing you did?
Nigga, I started freaking out. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? Like, these niggas really want me. I was like, these niggas want me? I was like, shit. Oh, man, here's the real work starts now.
Yeah.
Like, everything I've been doing up to this point has been practice for this moment right here. So now it's like, all right, the real work has to happen. Like, you gotta be on your shit, on your P's and Q's, do the research, like, figure out who this character is, like, what's his backstory, what's he trying to do, what does he want to accomplish, like, all that stuff.
Damn.
Like, that work starts right then and there when they call you about that.
Damn, we don't think about that either, though.
Nah, you think, like, oh, I got the job, I just remember my lines. Nah, bro, you gotta know why your character does what he does, who he is, what he knows,
have to become that person,
what he knows, all that stuff.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's nuts.
So, are you still gonna be in it? Like, cause I don't have HBO, but
it's still an account, son.
True.
Man, get that password.
Yeah, facts. You right.
Get that password.
You got that right.
Someone got HBO Go.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
But are you still in the show?
Yeah, in the show.
What is the character about for the people that don't know, like myself?
Well, I play Issa's brother. That's about it, but I can't really tell you too much.
Unless I watch it.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I play Issa's brother,
gotcha.
bro. Yeah.
Word, that's what's up. So, you were also in a couple movies. The one that I first noticed was Dope.
Dope?
Yeah, Dope. That's the one I first noticed.
A lot of people know it's Dope. Dope, I felt like a glorified background actor that's in Dope. Like, it was like a little bit of stunt, a little bit like FaceTime, a little bit of stunt work, and that's it. I felt like a glorified background. And like, not to say I'm not appreciative that a lot of people recognize me from it, But it was like, it's just a glorified background thing. Yeah. That's basically it.
Because that's when I first like actually seen your face like, on the video. Because if you're on something else like HBO and stuff like that, I won't see it.
Yeah.
Personally, won't see it. But
you watch the movie.
Yeah, when I watched the movie and I was like, oh damn, he's right behind fucking ASAP Rocky.
There's a lot. I was in front of ASAP and then I became back behind the ASAP.
Oh.
When they rush in, it's you first person you see. It was dope. It was cool. It was cool to be on that set too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of people on there. Vibed with a lot of people on that joint.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure throughout like your career now, you kind of met like, you know, more of established people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They give you a little, hopefully they give you a little wisdom into the industry, you know?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, like I'm working on something right now and I constantly keep consulting with Issa. And she's like always putting me on, or like the producers on that show, they keep putting me on. And then my reps are like helping me like create new things too, so
Word.
That's good.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So when you kind of first started, who kind of helped you? Like Nobody. You did it all by yourself.
Yeah, like I started submitting for myself, paying for like a headshot, this, then, and third. Now there was people that helped me financially back home. Like shout out to my nigga Jamal. He works at the mall. He does the SD. I think
is it the
Jamal,
shirts?
Jamal, yeah, dreads.
Yeah.
Jamal looked out heavy. He is the first person who's like, yeah, I believe in you. I'm gonna invest in you.
Shout out to Jamal.
Yeah. His homegirl Alita, she helped me out too.
Word.
She's like, yeah, I believe in you. I'm gonna look out for you. Homegirl Sonia, my brother's ex-girlfriend, she looked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple of people that looked out and like helped out. Like in the beginning, like money ran low. They're like, nah, don't worry about it. Save some bread, boom.
Damn, they really believed in you. Man.
Yeah, son. And they looked out, but like career-wise, there wasn't that much.
There was like no mentors.
There was no mentors or nothing. It was me and Google. Google my mentor. Google was my mentor that time.
Damn.
Son. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, I was Googling everything. And just for keep it all the way 100, when I started, I didn't even really like acting like that. It was looking at a way just to get rich. Like, that's what it was. It wasn't until I got into class that I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, when I got into class and I saw like how dope and how freeing it is. Like, there's nothing compares to how free it is to act, dog. Nothing.
Word.
Nothing. Like, especially when you do it right. When you do it right, nigga, nothing is better. Nothing is better, bro.
That is super crazy.
It's like skydiving. Like,
that's insane.
It's amazing, bro.
Can't wait to reach that feeling.
Yeah, like,
that's dope.
Nigga, there's absolutely nothing better than it. For me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody got their own personal thing they get that feeling from.
Yeah. So I'm like constantly trying to get better at it so I can just tap into it all the time.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Do you have like kind of mentors now? Like, kind of people, people who are a little more like established that give you like a little insight or nothing like that?
No, I got people that give me insight now, yeah. Like I told you, Issa gives me insight on a lot of stuff. My boy Eric Andre gives me insight on a lot of stuff. Like whenever I ask, like if I ask a question, they'll answer it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, gotcha.
But it's not like nobody like, yo, this is what you do, man. Like, this is what you gotta do, like, da-da-da. Like, no one does that for me. Like, I do that for other people, though. Like, I be getting DMs like, yo, bro, how do I get started?
Word, that's dope.
I'm like, go to class. Like,
Word.
Go to class. They're like, yo, but like, I was like, go to class, my nigga. Like, if you go to class and you see what you want in that class and you understand what it is you're doing and what it is you're putting out there, like, you lit. Like, and if you stick with it, and you get better, and you get good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll know, like, this is for you. Like, if you can go to class and it can take you a completely different avenue, you can be like, I don't like this. Just go somewhere else. It's not about the job, bro. It's about the work that you do before the job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you. We're looking for that for real.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's super deep too. You a deep dude, man. For real. I feel like you're deep as shit.
Appreciate it,
For real, man. So, what is the best part and the worst part about being an actor?
Best part is being able to work when you get to work. The worst part is the fact that sometimes you feel like you have no control. Like you have zero control over like what you're doing. Like,
oh, okay.
Like the only control you have as an actor really is the project you choose.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Damn.
As an actor, your power is in your choice. Mm-hmm. Like what I choose to do, what I choose to do in the role, what I choose to do in, you know what I'm saying, in the scene, what I choose to do in that moment, what I choose to do, all that. Those are the only power you have. Other than that, like to get the job, nigga, that's not your choice. That's not up to you at all. That's up to somebody else. That's up to the people behind it. They be like, yo, you could have freaking killed an audition. But like, I don't like his hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, his nose, I don't like that nigga nose.
Damn, that's crazy.
He reminds me of this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's too short.
Oh,
he's too tall.
Yeah, damn.
Like, there's a lot of factors that play into it that's out of your control. So as an actor, as an entertainer, it's like you just do the job, the best job you do. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it's like you just gotta let it go. Damn. It's easy to say than do, but it's like you just gotta let it go though.
Right. All right. So besides an actor, you're also a producer.
I produce.
You produce? You producing a little bit?
Yeah, I produce all my own shit, man.
And direct.
Yeah, so like, if someone comes to me, they're like, yo, I got a budget of this, that, this much. I'm like, cool. And I find all the people I need. I produce the shoot.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I produce the shoot. Produce the shoot on top of producing the shoot. Like, I set up a shot list. I set up all this stuff like that with my DP. Yeah.
That's what's up. I didn't know all that.
Yeah, yeah, you got to. Like, and also like I'm a content creator. Right. Like I like to create shit. Like if I don't create stuff, I feel sick. Like so, I have to create. This is
like your passion.
Yeah, I gotta create. Yeah. I gotta create. Like if I don't create, man, I feel stagnant. I don't feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like
damn,
I feel like a bum.
I feel like I'm complete with it.
Bum. If I'm not creating, bro, like sometimes it's like I'll just like videos you see on Snapchat or this and thirds, like that's just because I was bored and I wanted to create something.
Damn.
Like
that's crazy.
Like a lot of the videos you see where it's like mannequin challenge. The niggas don't have to do mannequin challenge. You don't get paid for mannequin challenge. Yeah. But I wanted to create something, and I wanted to do something in a different way.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you produce, act, and direct. Yeah. You just directed
I just directed a local Darius Haywood. Just directed a local music video for the East Side. For Darius Haywood. Darius Haywood, he's been a friend of mine since elementary school.
Right.
And he came to me, he had this song. I heard it, I was like, yo, this song's dope.
Yeah,
like, it's like real nostalgic. It reminds me of the olden days back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Us running around, elementary school, you know, East Junior High type era. So I was like, let's shoot something that has that feel, that vibe. And we ended up shooting Hillside Eyes. All throughout the East Side.
Super dope.
Yeah, man.
It was super clean. It was produced. That one was produced by Roxy.
He produced the music.
Yeah, the music. Yeah.
So everything else I took care of with Darius. Like
that was super clean.
Blended up. Like so the shooting the East Side Market took forever, bro.
What?
Like cause they didn't want us to shoot in it. So we tried to steal the location first.
Oh, damn.
And then I had to talk to the lady, and she let me. She was like, I talked to her for a little bit, and she was like, all right, cool, you can shoot in it. I was like, cool. Word. So we got the location for free, shot in there, and everything like that, yeah.
That's lit.
Yeah, she looked out, yo. It was like love for the city. Like when the city, it was love for the city. Like, yo, we want to see you guys win. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they have the same mentality, yo.
Yeah, because a lot of people now are getting more supportive.
Yeah, they're supporting the arts.
Yeah,
which is dope.
Which is like really dope. And this is why we also created Brought the Mag to show that. Because, you know, a lot of times we don't see none of that on the news or social media, nothing like that. Yeah. So this is why we were created.
Nice.
To bring more spotlight into the people who are actually doing it, like yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And all those people who are following their dreams. That's basically what this is.
Yeah, Page is dope. Like, you guys like shoot a lot of like events, like a lot of events that I brought to like the little rap stuff that you guys be doing, T-shirts. Like, is one of your?
This is one of my boys, best friend, More Beans. You get it, Banks and Broncos, which is also one of my friends' local store and stuff, which is also on the website. Yeah, so all that local stuff.
That's good. That's good. Local love, support local businesses, man.
Yeah, man, got to.
Because if we don't support each other, then no one else will.
That's a fact.
Period.
That's a fact. That's what people need to understand.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
You gotta build up, like, you know what I'm saying? Not, you can't support everything.
Yeah, not everything is dope. Yeah, not everything is dope.
But what they call it, you gotta encourage those that are not dope to continue working, and then support those that are doing their thing. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So thank you, man. I really appreciate you
problem,
for coming in. Really dope having you here.
I
hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow this man on his IG and FB. And we out, man. Peace.